Hey guys, welcome to TechTricks tutorial. Today we are going to talk about Falcon 40B, how to run the number one open source AI LLM. It is a step-by-step guide to follow easily, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. So let's dive right in. In this tutorial on running the Falcon 40B model, I'm excited to show you how to make the most of this open source language model. So let's start first onto understanding what the Falcon 40B is, and it is actually a groundbreaking language model with 40 billion parameters developed by Technology Innovation Institute in Abu Dhabi. So it is actually an incredibly versatile and can be used for various AI application. So onto the Falcon model family, we actually have the 180B already, but before we also have the 72B or 7.5B and 1.3B parameter. So just a quick overview, Falcon LLM is a generative large language model that helps advance application and use cases to future-proof our world. So for you to be able to learn more regarding Falcon, you'll just gonna go ahead and try to click onto this link in here so that you'll know more details regarding this. So regarding Falcon 40B, it was the world's top ranked open source AI model when launched. So it has 40 billion parameters as per its word, and for the other Falcon family, that is for 7.5 parameters and 108 parameters. So for 2 months following its launch, Falcon 40B ranked number one on Hugging Face leaderboard for open source large language model. So it offered completely royalty free with weights. Falcon 40B is a revolutionary, democratized AI and make it a more inclusive technology. So Falcon is multilingual. It works well with English, German, Spanish, French, Italian, Portuguese, Polish, Dutch, Romanian, Czech, and Swedish languages. So the foundational LLM serves as a versatile base model that can be fine-tuned for specific requirements or objectives. Now onto their link in here, you could also browse through the details of Falcon 180B, but for this tutorial, we're gonna go ahead and focus on 40B only. So you'll have also the option in here to download Falcon 40B. Now onto the Hugging Face website, you could actually see different details for that. So you'll see details regarding Falcon 40B and also why use Falcon 40B. So we'll go quickly over this. So it is the best open source model currently available. So it outperforms LLMA, Stable LM, Bread Pajama, MPT, and many more. So you could see the leaderboard in here to check for the details for that. So it features also an architecture optimized for interference with flash attention, and also it is made available under a permissive Apache 2.0 license, allowing for commercial use without any royalties or restriction. So this is also raw pre-trained model, which should be further fine-tuned for most user cases. So if you're looking for a smaller, less expensive model, you could also see the description of Falcon 7B in here. So it is like 40B's little brother. And here are the model card for Falcon 40B or its details or description. So as you can see, here is its developer, the model type, which is casual and decoder only, the languages that we have gone ahead and introduced earlier, the license and model source, and the uses. So there is a direct of use in here, out of scope use, the bias, risk, and limitation, and some recommendation. So you just need to make sure to read all of the details in here so that you could make use onto 40B effectively. So for you to be able to get started with this model, you could also see in here the details for that and the training data, wherein it was trained on 1000 B tokens of refined web, a high-quality filtered deduplicated web dataset, which we enhanced with curated corpora. Significant components from our curated corpora were inspired by the pile. So you could see the details for that one in here, and the fraction of multilingual data and the tokens that was used for that. So the training procedure, you could see it in here, the hyperparameters, the speeds, size, times, the evaluation, technical specification, computer infrastructure. So Falcon 40B was trained on AWS SageMaker and the software as well, wherein it was trained custom distributed training code base Gigatron, and it uses a 3D parallelism approach combined with zero and high performance Triton kernels. So you could see some citations also in here. So the paper is still coming soon. In the meanwhile, you could use the following information to cite here, and you could see the license in here, and you could contact them using their email address stated onto the Hugging Face. And for us to get started, we need a robust cloud compute source. So you'll want at least 85 to 100 gig of memory for efficient performance, and for you to be able to do that, we recommend using a service like RunPod. So here onto RunPod, so this is actually distributed cloud built for production so that you could run AI interference and training with ease. So for you to be able to get started for this, you could just click on to get started to sign up for an account or to log into one if you have already. So since we don't have an account yet, we're just gonna go ahead here to create an account. So as you can see, we have chosen already the 80 gig in here since we need this one to run this. But since this one, you'll just need to pay for this so that you could use this. But there is another alternative just for this tutorial so that we could just do a quick overview for Falcon 40B. So we're just going to go ahead here onto Hugging Face. There's actually a Falcon chat demo in here so you could chat with Falcon B Instruct, brainstorm ideas, discuss your holiday plans, and many more. So this demo is powered by Falcon 40B, fine-tuned on the base dataset and running with text generation interference. So as you can see, we have the chat button here. Type in an input, press enter, and then we could go ahead and try this one out. Now, as you can see, this is only a first experimental preview. So the H4 team intends to provide increasingly capable versions of Falcon Chat in the future. So this is based on improved datasets in RLHF or RLAIF. So this demo is intended to showcase an early fine-tuning of Falcon 40B to illustrate the impact and limitations of fine-tuning on a dataset of a conversation and instructions. So we encourage the community to further build upon the base model and to create even better instruction or chat versions. So the limitations for this, the model can and will produce factually incorrect information, hallucinating facts in action as it does not undergo any advanced tuning or alignment. So it can produce problematic outputs, especially if prompted to do so. So finally, this demo is limited to a session length of about 1,000 words. Now, as you can see in here, we could go ahead and try to input Hello Falcon to get started. So we'll try to put it in there and press enter. And as you can see here onto the bottom part as well, you could click onto any examples and press enter in the input text below. So as you can see, you could retry last turn, delete last turn, and delete all history. Now we could go ahead and try this one out. Can you write a short tweet about the Apache 2.0 release of our latest AI model, Falcon LLM? So we're gonna go ahead and click onto that, and it will go ahead and input it directly onto the chat box. We're gonna go ahead and press on enter to see what it will give us. Now you should be able to receive its response here onto the chatbot. So here onto the bottom part as well, if you've noticed, there is a parameters. So here onto the parameters, you could go ahead and adjust the temperature in here, the nucleus sampling, so you could just have this one to as per your liking. There are also instructions in here. So the following is a conversation between a highly knowledgeable and intelligent AI assistant called Falcon and a human user. So in the following interaction, user and Falcon will converse in natural language and Falcon will answer user questions. So Falcon was built to be respectful, polite, and inclusive. So Falcon was built by the Technology Innovation Institute in Abu Dhabi, and Falcon will never decline to answer a question and always attempt to give an answer that users would be satisfied with it. So it knows a lot and always tells the truth. So the conversation begins. So you could just type in what you want to say in here. You'll receive the message here onto the chatbot. And that's just basically it onto using Falcon 40B model. And if you think this tutorial was helpful to you, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and if you have any question, don't hesitate to comment it down below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on to our next video.